Last year when we spoke here, you told me Cisco had $43 billion parked overseas in large part because of corporate tax laws in this country. Do you still have that much money overseas?
Actually, we've spent about $6 billion of it on acquisitions. When you meet with Prime Minister Cameron in the UK or Prime Minister Harper in Canada, they get how important it is to have an environment that attracts business, favorable tax policy, working together with business to achieve goals. So Canada's probably the easiest place in the world to do business. You've seen us buy companies up there. You've seen us build out large R&D. UK, Russia will surprise you. A great place to do business.
Last year you told me Russia is an easier place to do business in the U.S.
And it's
I think you were making a point.
Yes, I was.
Do you believe that still?
Yes, I do. And I spoke with Prime Minister Medvedev yesterday and the key financial advisors. That's not to say they don't have challenges, but they are committed to creating a middle-class new industries. And what Cisco does, we don't sell routing and switching communications. We sell transformation, innovation, and we can help companies or countries transform and achieve their goals.
So you said here in Davos this week, well-run countries will create an environment that attracts business to their country to do that.
Yes.
And then you stopped. And I wanted to say, is the United States one of those countries right now? Is it,
Not
John?
right now, no. I think we've got to get our act back together in terms of business and government working together, a tax policy which is predictable, the ability to say how do we create a win-win environment. Certain states in the U.S. are doing a remarkably good job. Texas we're all familiar with, but watch the governor of Colorado. Hickenlooper, he's a Democrat, I'm a Republican, that's okay. He's looking at how he transforms healthcare, how he transforms education. He brings groups together, Republicans and Democrats, the academic side of the house, the teachers, and says how do we win for our children and how do we win for our citizens. Those models, whether they occur in Canada, Colorado, UK, Israel, or Russia is what we're looking for, and that's where we'll invest.
You endorse Mitt Romney for president. We have 4 more years of the Obama administration. Yes. So, John, what is your message to the president, to his administration from big American business?
Well, I can't talk for the rest of business, but once we elect a president, we all need to get behind the president. We need to say, how does our country win? We need to have a candid give and take on issues and then make decisions and move forward.
What's the number one thing you think he and his team should do and urge Congress to do?
Well, I think the number one thing is that government, our citizens and business ought to work together to say how we put America back to work and how do we regain America's position as the top place in the world to do business. But key takeaway for me also, Poppy, is I've learned that you state your views once, and then after that you have to be practical. You go where you're wanted, you apply your case where the opportunities exist, etc. So I'm a very loyal American, but I also have to be very practical. Free enterprise systems will force companies to evolve, and if you watch what is occurring in Canada and the UK, much of Europe, much of Asia, they're making it a lot easier to hire future growth there, to do acquisitions. Wherever we acquire, that's where our growth occurs. And then I think over time, America will eventually get its act together and get back in the leadership role.
So what is that number one thing that you think needs to happen that would make you want to spend more cash in this country? Is it tax reform?
Well, it's tax reform in terms of the opportunity for repatriation, because I would like to buy my companies here, wherever we buy companies we grow. But I think the major thing is back to the basics. When I look at my customer relationships, it's about do they rate us as not the number one communication company, but the number one innovation and IT company. And where I am the best partner they have, that's what you want a country to be. When you talk about a country, Medvedev said yesterday he wanted to be one of the top 20 countries in the world to do business. He's already one of the top 5 for me personally. We need to make the U.S. once again the best place in the world to add jobs and to do business and create and expand the middle class.
You just told me you want to spend your money here, buy companies here in the United States.
Yes.
But the companies you're buying, you're not just buying them because they're in countries with favorable business environments. You're buying them because of the intellectual property, what they've created, right? Are you seeing equivalents in the United States but opting to buy elsewhere because of the environment?
Well, it's a combination of all the above, Poppy. What is exciting is you're never going to see more innovation, and this is one of the topics at Davos. People have said, is it a confidence crisis or is it an innovation crisis? You're never going to see more innovation in the next 3 to 5 years, and that's why you see Cisco taking well thought out but good bets in terms of the future. And so you're going to see us move very innovatively on many fronts, such as cloud, such as mobility, such as video, social networking. You'll see us change our business model to more software companies, more capability, recurring revenue like the one we just acquired, etc. So you're starting to see many more opportunities occur outside the U.S.